truths and regrets of van life. I think that would be quite a useful subject line as we take them through the day with us. It'd be tricky because like even now trying to think of like regrets, I don't think we have any. But there are, we do. There are some, aren't there?
Yeah, there are a couple. I think our heater's just gone.
There are a couple, aren't there? But also like, the truths. We're parked up in the woods right now. How many people can move their home? I think we shall take them through the day today and share our truths and regrets of moving into an £8,000 36-year-old camper van.
Yeah, mortgage free at 40.
Yeah, nice. Woo. Let's do it. Okay.
Let's do it. Keep rolling.
Hey. Hey, good morning. How are one and all? I hope you are all having a wonderful Sunday.
Well, morning for us, afternoon for them.
That is true, that is true.
Or I mean, you could be watching it any day of the week, couldn't you, really?
Yeah,
but anyway.
But yes, today we are going to take you through the day with us and, share with you our truths and regrets of moving into a camper van. So we're going to make
a bit of toast. Looks like you burnt it a little bit.
Oh, you love a bit of burnt toast. Trist loves burnt toast. I love underdone toast, if that's such a thing.
I like done toast.
Done toast. That's not burnt. Is that burnt? Is that burnt, people? Anywho, let's make this and then we're going to pick you up with some truths and regrets about van life.
Yeah.
So see you guys shortly. The irony, what we didn't catch on camera, is I actually just burnt my toast, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
But let's make a coffee for the walk. Would you like to go on a walk, Frank?
Here he is.
I think he'd like to go on a walk. So, yes, if you do want to know, I should say, before we jump into truths and regrets, what you get for living in an £8,000 home, then you can check out our van tour vlog. Up here, down here, where you can see what, Frank, this is kind of intrusive, mate. Right in my face. We can see the ins and outs of Old Gertie.
And living with a dog.
One of the truths of living in a van, whether you've got...
What is it? Yes.
Oh, shall I tell them? Shall I share? Is the simple fact whether you've got a 9 metre long motorhome or a 5 foot long camper van, space...
5 foot is 5 metres.
Oh. Yeah, could you imagine living in a 5 foot?
You're taller than 5 foot.
Only just.
Can you imagine?
But a 5 metres, you do live with limited space. It is small, it is compact, and you have to adjust your entire lifestyle to accommodate that. However, actually, as we film this video, there is a little tip that you can do to extend your living space, isn't there? Should we show the guys?
Yes.
Should we show you? Right. Although you make the coffees. Good point, actually. I was just going to say, I need to go to the toilet. And another thing you have to get used to, living in a small space, is you have zero privacy. So, pick you up in a minute, guys.
Well, I mean, we did take the door out.
I mean, I should mention I also have to share our toilet with our cat.
Yeah.
But anyway, no one needs to see this. Come with us. Step through. I'll get the door behind you, don't worry.
Yeah, you probably will need to take my coffee.
Okay.
Ever the professionals.
This is how we have temporarily extended our living space. How cool is this? We've got like this awning folds down into a bag about this big, doesn't it?
It does.
And it's our new extension of Gertie. We've booked into a campsite for a couple of weeks, so we thought,
we have.
Why not live the life of luxury, hey?
Also looks like we've displayed some artwork around the place.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Nature's art. But actually, that does lead us on to another truth about van life, doesn't it?
What's that?
Some of you who have followed us for a while will know we used to have the bell tent extension. However, that was cool, but it had no windows. Now we have windows, so in the day you get a beautiful view, and then at night, super cosy Christmassy vibes. Cheers. So another truth, you don't have to do what everyone does.
No, I think that's a trap that we fell into, wasn't it?
Definitely. I think following other YouTubers and Instagram, we felt like there was a blueprint for van life, didn't we?
No, it's funny, we didn't know that sort of van life existed when we got a van. We were just going to do, as we said before, we're just going to do campsites in our first van, weren't we?
Yep.
Then we found people on YouTube found about wild parking, and then we kind of fell into the trap of
that's what you do. You can't van life if you're not wild parking, moving every day and travelling. If you guys have caught up with us before, you know we did a video on why we slow travel, and this is a perfect example of slow travel. In the shorter days, darker days, colder days, finding a park up every single day can be tiring. Sometimes you feel like you can't admit that, don't you? You know, you feel
like a failure.
But actually, no, you don't need to move on every day. You don't need to be travelling all over the place all of the time. You can explore in one area, can't you? And so that's why we love this, booking into a campsite for a couple of weeks, completely immersing ourselves in nature and just taking it slow. You can still do van life in one spot.
Well, it's a lesson learned, really, wasn't it? And I guess that's the thing, isn't it? You hear people sort of talk about experiences of travelling or van life and what they did and didn't like, but you have to have experienced that to then be able to reflect.
We are going to finish these coffees, we are going to go and grab little man, then we are going to take you out on a walk with us, and I think we've probably got a couple more truths to share, and then we're on to the regrets.
Whole gang's here. Frank. Murphy.
This little guy is ready to get out and explore.
Oh, itching, isn't he?
Don't lick my cup, that's disgusting. Before we do head on a walk, that's another good truth, is you can choose. When you buy a house, you have to kind of tie yourself down to enjoying one area, don't you?
Yeah, and usually for sort of specific reasons, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like work, kids, etc.
Whereas when you spend £8,000 on your home, you can move it wherever you want. And for us, that's being closer to nature, isn't it? We just love to lose ourselves in nature, and some of the places that we get to live for that short period of time, people would pay hundreds of thousands of pounds for a house, wouldn't they? Whereas
it's like someone said, if you won the lottery tomorrow and you could buy land, or you know, you could live somewhere specific, where would that be? And that's always been what we've said with van life and travel, is we want to experience and immerse ourselves in a number of places over a period of time. So then we can learn, like the New Forest as an example. We thought Wales was amazing. We went to Scotland, we thought Scotland was amazing. We kind of just missed the New Forest. We're still not sure why. I think because it's more difficult to wild park here, or illegal. Then we've just found that we love the place. It's just amazing, and that's only been available to us from doing this lifestyle.
And if you do go and check out our Instagram, I did a post of £1 million views from our £8,000 home, which I think kind of summarises a truth about van life, is every day you can have a different view, whether that's the sea, the woods, the mountains.
We've had some insane views,
like you just get to maximise living. In the winter, a lot of us are stuck indoors. When you're stuck indoors, looking out at the most beautiful scenery and being able to access some of the most beautiful remote places, for us, we feel like you do live life to the max. So you simplify your living to maximise your life.
An experience, isn't it?
Tagline.
That's going on a t-shirt.
Breaking away from the norm. What's that saying? YOLO.
And that's true. You only do live once, don't you? So it's, you know, don't waste your time.
Exactly.
If this isn't for you, then fair dues. Don't waste your time. Because you ain't getting it back.
No, you only live once. Experience, live life, love life, and living in a van gives you the opportunity to do that. You're never stuck in one place. You just get to roam, explore, and
don't get bored, I'll tell you that.
No, you don't get bored. You don't have time to get bored. Just have freedom in life, which is a beautiful thing.
I think that's something I've realised through doing this life is, as I just said, you know, you only live once, like you don't get back time. But we've really, really fundamentally realised that doing van life.
Oh God, yeah.
Because when you're moving every day, like for us, we have so many different elements to that day and jobs and things that we need to do, that you abundantly clear of how quick time goes and how much you are doing or you're not doing. So just wanted to add that in there.
That's the truth of living in a £8,000 home. You're not tied down. You're free. But anyway, we are now repeating ourselves, so we won't bore you with that. We are gonna, as we keep saying, look at this little guy.
Look how angry he
look
is.
At him.
He's just looking outside like, I just want to be in nature too, guys.
He's like, I've heard you saying we're going on a walk so many times, so we are going to go for a walk, and we are going to share with you some of our regrets about moving into a van. Let's go.
Regrets of living in a van. We tend not to have regrets, do we?
I think it's the wrong word, isn't it?
Yeah, more lessons learned, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely lessons learned. You have to go through things you don't want to know what you do want.
It's all about experiences, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, exactly. I think regret sort of signifies or symbols that it's something you wish you hadn't done, but then if you haven't done what you did, then you wouldn't have learned what you need to do.
Regretting things is sometimes a waste of time, isn't it? You are who you are now.
Exactly.
No point looking into the past, is it?
Exactly. Yep. Zero regrets. But in the circumstances of this video,
Yeah, regrets. Oh.
yeah, what are the lessons we have learned?
Yeah.
Do you want to go with the first lesson? I think it's probably the top lesson.
Well, space really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think when we bought Old Gertie, we upgraded from a T5. When you're travelling for a couple of weeks in a T5, you're like, we can live in this. We don't need extra space. This is crazy. And so, yeah, when we were considering going full time, Gertie seemed huge in comparison, didn't she?
Yeah, I still remember when we first went to see Gertie and we stepped in and we were like, oh my lord, look how much space there is.
You could stand up.
There's so much room for activities. With the whole sort of sink cooking area.
Sorry, I thought I just saw a snake on the floor.
It's not snake. When we first stepped into Gertie, yeah, you've seen the van tour. It's got a full kitchen. We have a shower.
Yep.
A big cupboard space. So we were already thinking, well, this is perfect. There's space for Murphy, more than enough space for Frank. How much more space do we need? Months and months, 16, 17 months later, we've learned a lesson.
Yes, but also the great lesson is there are so many options for additional space, which if we had lived in Old Gertie, we wouldn't know where the space was that we needed. So for us, we're aware we need a bit more boot space. We don't have a boot.
Yeah, we don't have a boot.
So it helps feed into what we need next to get that space.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's something we said, isn't it? Like, once we got Old Gertie, we were like, we should have got rid of Leo ages ago and got something like Old Gertie. And now we've got Old Gertie. We've learned more lessons and what we would like to do in the future, which is like paddleboarding, more cycling.
Yes, we want space to store things for activities. So in a way, it's great that we've lived in something smaller because we now know it's not necessarily living space we need, it's storage space.
Yeah.
So would that be a motorhome or would that be a converted van? So yes, it's a lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson learned number one.
Think about what you need in terms of space.
Yeah, I guess that's good. If you're looking to get a van for weekends, weeks, or full-time van living, that's something to think about. Write down all the things that you want to take into your van and what you'd ideally like to do now and maybe in the future. And then that will help you with your purchase of a van or a motorhome or converting how much space you want. Some people have huge boot spaces, don't they?
Yes.
And some people have seemingly not got huge boot spaces. Almost took the own eyes out. That'd have been fun. Some people have got more like sofa areas, haven't they?
Yeah.
So horses for courses. But yeah, have a little think if you're thinking about getting into this way of life, for sure. Regret number 2 or... Lesson number 2, isn't it, really?
Yes, lesson number 2. I think this is a good one and it kind of feeds on from what a truth was. And that was, I think we regret not living in the moment more. We do it a lot. We're very present, but we did definitely sacrifice some mind time to where are we going? What are we going to be doing?
Yeah.
Where are we travelling to? Where are we staying? And constantly thinking ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, which has helped us towards sort of more slow travel, hasn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, there's a moment sometimes I'll look back on footage we have and I know I wasn't present in that moment because I look at it and I'm like, wow, I knew my mind was elsewhere whilst I was experiencing something.
Yeah, like on a walk or looking at something beautiful, we're already like, where are we going later? what supermarkets are nearby, where are we going to stay tonight,
Yeah.
where, what,
When you can get led by social media, can't you, and seeing all the different places, because there's so many options, and so you're constantly, should we be going there? Should we be seeing this? Should we be doing that?
Is this epic enough? Not every day has to be like drone shot, epic mountains, views.
No.
Sometimes you just got to slow it all down and enjoy the moment that you're in. Like this one, we've got to cross a bunch of water because it is absolutely pissed it down with rain. And yeah, everywhere's really wet. So be in the moment. Should we cross this?
Well, yeah, and there's magic in every moment.
Well, yeah.
There's magic in all of the little things, in all of the everydays. And so, yes, being more present, even more present than we already are, is a lesson we've learned, isn't it? I think that's a good one, guys.
Yeah,
that's
being
a good
present,
one.
because otherwise sometimes plays havoc with your mental health, doesn't it?
But shall we take you guys on this walk and show you a little bit of this beautiful New Forest?
Yeah, try and find some wild ponies or
deer.
Or deer.
And then we'll pick you back up once we're back at our homestead, and we shall chat with you more then, guys.
Yeah, more lessons learned.
Yes.
Coming straight to you.
Coming at you.
Like Cleopatra. This is what we were just saying. Doesn't really look like a lot of water, but it's enough when you're not wearing wellies.
We're never equipped. Another lesson. Make sure you've got the right outdoor gear.
Don't wear trainers when you're walking in wet areas. But ho-hum, let's go for a little walk, eh? There he is.
And
Boy
then-
wonder. She's not doing a poo. She's just getting through the path.
No,
Come on, buddy. Let's go. Oh, just trying to find poo. There he is. No. Wrangle him in. Let's go. It's going to get a bit wet in there, isn't it, darling? So I think let's go round here. Try and avoid all the wet we can. Oh, there's more water up here. Brilliant.
I think we've headed into the wet zone.
Yeah, I think everywhere's wet at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah. What was it? We had Storm Bert and then Storm
Connell. Yeah, I think we've got away with quite a lucky escape from the look of the old internet and the news.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of people have been flooded, didn't they?
Yeah,
so I hope everyone's all right.
Yeah, hope you're all safe in your vans.
Yeah.
And your houses, people.
Yeah. Oh, this is crazy.
I wonder if we head up onto the path.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, where are we? Is that the path we walked the other day?
I don't know.
Oh, right. This is where we are. Yeah, I think it is.
Running.
Yeah. Oh my God. There's an actual river here, which isn't a river.
Yeah. Look, the path goes down there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's the road we walked from Brockenhurst.
Oh, is it?
In last week's episode when we did a 3-hour walk for some Chelsea buns. But yeah, look at that. That is mental, isn't it? This is a public footpath and it is a river.
Bit of cold swimming, anybody? Go for a little dip?
That's an actual little stream. This is just a path. That is crazy.
Yeah, a New Forest specific lesson. If you're coming to the New Forest at any point during autumn or winter, buy wellies.
Yeah. We learnt that earlier this year.
Okay.
And we still haven't bought wellies. Idiots. Right. Got to get across that. So a little long jump time. Hey! I think she's brought us the wrong way. Oh my lord. Right, path through the middle. But don't forget to like and subscribe this video because it really helps out.
Yes.
Thanks for everyone who has already subscribed. But yeah, if you're not subscribed, just pause the video now. We really appreciate it. Love you. Oh my God, that is so flooded there.
Oh, wow.
That's not a pond. If you want more daily updates of our shenanigans in the New Forest at the moment, yeah, head on over to Instagram. try and go through this little tunnel rather than this big tunnel. Oh Jesus, slippery. Me! Ah! Nah, I'm alright. Almost lost my life. Probably the worst thing I can do is hold a camera whilst I'm coming down here, but slippery. Oh my god. Yes, I made it. Little legs.
Come on, little legs.
Oh, I don't think this is going to work.
Come on,
Her legs aren't big enough.
2.
Van life fail.
Oh, you're not going to do the jump?
Well, I don't want to get my feet wet.
Fair play, that does make sense.
So I might just go here and then
Okay. What happens when you don't have little legs? Not the camera woman in this partnership.
You're the brains behind the camera, aren't you?
I don't think I'm that either.
Well, yeah, no, you've been storyboarding this one, haven't you?
Trying to bring use and value to you guys.
Yeah, but yeah, this week we've sort of done a bit more like informative, but follow us along. So a mash of when we were sat in the van doing more informative videos, and hang on, over another bottle, and yeah, come along for a walk. And what a lovely walk it's been, eh?
It has
It's been a wet one, but
yeah, but it's just beautiful. Being outside is just we've said this season is about cosy comfort and grounding.
yeah.
Softy, isn't he?
If you watched last week's episode, we've stumbled across our friends again. How you doing?
We are now back in the van, nice and cosy. We are getting some dinner on. Tonight is going to be quesadillas with an avocado and tomato salsa topping, I think. And little top tip, crispy fried onions. Probably incredibly unhealthy, but they kind of work as a dehydrated onion when you're cooking. So yeah, if you don't want to carry around loads of raw onions when you're limited on space, these work a treat. But we have one more truth and one more regret for you guys. I'm going to share the truth. Trist is going to tell you his biggest regret, which played a big part last week, to be fair. But one truth that I was just chatting with Trist about and I thought worth sharing is one thing to know when you choose to live a different path and alternative living, as some might say, not everyone gets it. Not everyone understands what you're doing. You may be judged, you may be criticised, you may be complimented. You know, it's a different way of life, and when you do something different, lots of people have an opinion on it. So the biggest thing is just learn to get okay with it. Learn to get okay with letting people have their opinions and just crack on with living your life. And actually, yeah, it's a good lesson to learn in life in general, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think is, yeah, you're not for everyone. How you live isn't for everyone. What you do isn't for everyone. Don't worry about it. Just crack on with doing you. But yes, if you live in a van, lots of people will give your opinion on it. So yes, that's a good truth, isn't it? What would you say is your regret then, my love?
Well, what I will add is, yeah, people will give you. What was I going to say? People will give you opinion. Oh, I've forgotten now.
You've got to leave that in. You've got to leave that in the edit.
I had something pinnacle to say.
I know, it's always the way, isn't it? You think of
And
something.
I looked at the camera and I can't remember what I was going to say.
But what's one of our regrets? And this is, I would say actually, as much as we said we don't have regrets, kind of a semi-regret, because we haven't learned our lesson. It's our second winter in Old Gertie, so we should have learned from this lesson.
Yeah, so I think our biggest regret is we, going from a T5 where we didn't have any heating in that at all.
And we travelled in the winter in the T5.
Yeah, we did. We made do with candles. We've got a lovely, I think it's probably a 1980s heater, gas heater. But when it's super cold, like it was when we were in Glencoe, check out this video, in January, it was one of those Arctic blasts, super cold, minus temperatures. We went through a bottle of, what is it? We've got a 6 kilo, we've got one of those propane tanks, that most people have. Went through one of those in 3 days, and we didn't even have the heating on all the time.
No.
And then last week when we travelled off, had things to do in different places, as you'll all know, it got really cold, and then seemingly our gas heater packed up. I think our heater's just gone.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Turned it on, it went off, turned it on, and yeah, not good.
We'll get it fixed.
It's not working now.
Yeah, it's going to be the coldest night of the year as well tonight.
Yeah, so fun.
Yeah.
We've reverted to having some candles for now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We've got blankets, we've got body heat.
How to survive in sub-zero temperatures.
Yeah.
With candles at the moment.
Oh, dear.
Excellent. Worked a bit, then it stopped working at all.
Yep.
Then worked again, then stopped working. More than not, stopped working, and we had breath.
Yeah.
We had breath, or we had steam, or whatever you call it, like cold coming out of our breath. That was, you know, we knew it wasn't going to be forever, but it was blooming cold.
It was freezing, wasn't it?
So my advice to you, and you know, a lesson learned, is maybe get a diesel heater in your van. One that, if you're choosing to travel in cold weather and colder climates, one that can keep you warm in those climates.
Yes, it was particularly chilly. I think one evening we had 3 pairs of trousers on each.
Yes, I have a thermal underlayer, not on now, but I did then, with 2 sweatshirts, a woolly hat, 2 pairs of trousers, socks, slippers. Yeah.
Probably one of the times we were actually very grateful for Gertie's small space, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
Because we actually had a few candles. Make sure you've got your carbon monoxide monitor. But we had quite a few candles going. And to be fair, they kicked out a little bit of heat, didn't they?
I mean, they were running out pretty quick, weren't they? We didn't think ahead. We didn't think, our heater's going to stop working and pack up in the cold weather.
No.
But I mean, it was so cold, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very cold. So, we learned that lesson last winter when it was freezing on the inside of the van, and we actually got frozen.
We ran out of gas, didn't we?
Ran out of gas. The van froze shut. We broke a door handle trying to get in. Did we learn our lesson? No, we didn't. So learn from our regrets.
Yeah. So if you're looking to buy a van, converting a van, or whatever, maybe consider buying a decent diesel heater.
Yes. That would be a good idea.
Lesson learnt.
I think we're gonna leave you there, guys. But I do have. Sorry, I'm just unpacking my cupboard as I'm talking to you to get the balsamic vinegar. But what do you cook in your van? Like, in tiny kitchens, it's always great to get a bit of inspo. So what's like your go-to meal? I always try and be as venturous as I possibly can. But what's your go-to meal in a van? Or what do you want to challenge me to cook? Love a challenge. We did a stovetop lasagna, didn't we?
Yeah.
Cooked some lasagna in a frying pan. Delicious. Give us some food ideas.
What's your favourite utensil or piece of cooking equipment in your camper van?
Yeah, because a lot of
or
people
motorhome?
use like Omni ovens or Ridge Monkeys. We don't have either of those. Is it worth investing them? We do have an oven. I don't know, but I do see the cakes that those Omni ovens create.
Yeah,
they look
pretty sick, isn't it?
Yeah, they look delicious. And as much as I love our little oven, she's not the most energy efficient, and it can take a long time to make cakes.
Pizza takes a long time to cook, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I did some carrot cakes. I think they took about 1 hour and 10 minutes in the oven.
Gas, isn't it? Thank you for everyone who gave us their YouTube recommendations.
Oh, yes.
We've got a lot to watch
We
now,
have,
haven't we?
we
From
have.
TV series to Christmas movies to YouTubers to check out and watch. So thank you very much for the recommendations. Challenge this week: what should we cook in the van?
Yeah. So
Leave
that's
it in
a
the
challenge.
comments.
Yeah, just leave it in the comments. I'm just repeating after what you're saying.
What are you doing?
I think we're going to leave all of these cuts in the video this week, so you can just see how chaotic it really is when we film. But yes, I think that is it from us this week. We hope you are having a lovely Sunday, and thank you for spending a little bit of it with us. We appreciate you very much.
Murphy and Frank say they love you too.
Yeah, they do. Love from Old Gertie.
Yeah. So shall I finish it off?
I think so, my love. Yeah.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss another one of these videos. And until next time, folks. Bye for now.